All right, week 4 college football breakdown here. Late night on ABC. Good Big Ten battle here. A lot of you think this is just going to be a blowout. I thought it when Ohio State played Notre Dame. But, man, we got a Wisconsin traveling to Columbus, to the Horseshoe, taking on the Buckeyes of Ohio State. As you might expect, this line has moved towards the Buckeyes, seeing it all the way up to 18.5 and a total of 57.5. I didn't even really consider this game. I think this is going to be a great barometer of where Wisconsin is at. I'm somebody that over the past 2 years or so has been very critical of Graham Mertz. He has never lived up to that, that billing that he had coming out of high school. His numbers kind of speak for itself. I think this is going to be a good test for Ohio State's defense, though, because a lot of people will focus on Graham Mertz, no threat in the passing game. We don't know if Ohio State has really improved that run defense because, listen, Oregon at quarterback last year with Anthony Brown, nothing special. You could argue, and I like Cade McNamara, but he's not really a game-changing quarterback either. But both of those teams were able to pin their ears back and use their talent at running back and beat this Ohio State defense. I tend to think a lot of that was scheme-based, and I like bringing in Jim Knowles from Oklahoma State. I think that was a really good hire. But going up against Braylon Allen, Braylon Allen was almost at 7 yards per carry last year as a freshman. I love Braylon Allen. So this is a heavyweight matchup in the run game. Notre Dame doesn't have the horses in their running back room to really be able to exploit that if that is still a weakness for Ohio State. This is really the first opportunity to see how far has this defense really come in that aspect of the game, because this is really where they got burned last year on 2 separate occasions. So it's kind of more of a wait and see game for me. Plus, I am holding out hope that Graham Mertz, if they are really able to establish a run game here, can at least hit on a few vertical passes, because that's all he's going to really be needed to do if they can establish a run game. By my efficiency metrics, I still rate Wisconsin clearly as a top 10 defense. My gut in this matchup specifically tells me a little bit different, though. They lost a lot at linebacker. They had maybe the 2 best linebackers in the Big Ten last year. Don't return either of them. Of course, Paul Chryst has recruited talent at that position, expects them to be able to, fill that void, but we don't know. You're going up against an Ohio State team where you better not have too many questions on that defense. I think their secondary can be beaten given, this might be the best. This probably is the best wide receiving core in the country. I think CJ Stroud is going to have every chance to win the Heisman. So I think this will be a good test too for Wisconsin. How have they filled those voids at linebacker? I don't care what they did against Washington State. And they actually lost that game, not because of their defense, although they certainly could have played better in that matchup, but totally different spot here. And that they were laying around 17.5, 18.5 at home in that game. Now they're 18.5 point dogs. So totally different expectations. I don't know. We saw Ohio State, not be very effective offensively against Notre Dame. In summary, I got more questions than answers in this game. I think we're going to learn a lot about both teams. I laid the 17 with the Buckeyes when they played Notre Dame. I'd probably do it again today. But don't just think that Ohio State's going to win this game by 20. I'm not saying they won't, but you can't take that logic and apply it to every single time one of these heavyweights, plays. And listen, Wisconsin's a physical team. If Ohio State hasn't fixed their issues that they had defensively last year, we're going to find out in this matchup because Braylon Allen is all that. One more thing, Travion Henderson, who's obviously the best back on Ohio State, not 100%. Not 100% if he's going to go in this game. That's something to watch out for, something I'd probably want to know before kickoff because he can definitely exploit. If Wisconsin hasn't filled that void at that second level, he's probably the guy that could exploit that, maybe over a guy like Mayan Williams. So keep that in mind. I'm not even really considering this game from a betting perspective. Going to be a great game to watch, but ultimately no real lean on the side or total for me. Appreciate y'all watching the video. If you like what you heard today, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and don't miss any of the upcoming content. Comment your best look on this game down below. Side, total. If you're not a betting guy, just a prediction. Comment your best look on this game down below. You see this shirt right here. I know you've been staring at it the whole time. Go to proud90.com. Unique but very comfortable polos as well. Also got t-shirts, hoodies, quarter zips. Proud90's got all your golf apparel needs. If you see anything you like at checkout, use code Fordham. It's going to get you 15% off your entire order. Support me. Support Proud90. Proud90.com.